Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, I have a new video for you guys. I'm going to be starting a project plan in 2021, and this is the video where I'm going to show you guys all the products that I'm putting in there, why I'm putting it in there, and yeah. I already filmed a look using most of these products for today, so that video will go up after this one does, but I wanted makeup on for this video and I decided just to film it as a sped up makeup tutorial. But anyway, you guys, with that being said, let's just get started. If you guys enjoy these videos, I hope you subscribe, thumbs up, leave me a comment. Are you guys starting a project plan this year? I was trying to start one last year and it was too late in the year. I wasn't motivated enough. But now I am. I need to get use out of these products because I have so many at this point that it's a bit ridiculous. Especially since like some of these I genuinely don't like, but I also don't want to throw them away. I want to use them up and then get so yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoy these videos, please don't forget to subscribe and thumbs up, and let's really get started now. Okay, so starting with base products, I usually go in with a moisturizer first before any type of primer or anything. So the moisturizer I'm going to be putting in my project pan is one that actually made it into my favorites video last year, but this is the e.l.f. Fully Hydration Face Cream. It is a really rich moisturizer, and the reason it's going into my project pan for this year is just because I have so many other moisturizers and I would like to be able to use up at least one of them in a year. This is the one that has fragrance in it, which is another reason why I'm trying to like use it up. I don't genuinely care if fragrance isn't a product, but I also know that they have a fragrance-free version of this, and so I would rather just like buy the fragrance-free version of this from now on if I repurchase this at all, because I have like 10 other moisturizers. I don't need to buy anymore of these, so I do want to just get through this and move on with my day. You know, pick a new moisturizer. Primer. The primer I want to use up is the Professional Pore Primer by Benefit. I got this in a BoxyCharm early last year before I canceled, and I want to get rid of this. I don't like how it feels on my skin. I don't really think it minimizes pores, quite frankly. Like, maybe a little bit, but if you put on the wrong foundation on top of it, it doesn't do anything. So I think it's just kind of old-fashioned. Also, it leaves like a little slippery feel, and it's almost like your makeup wants to slide off of it, kind of. So I want to use this and use it up and then get rid of it and not repurchase it. The next product I want to get rid of is one that's not get rid of, like the next one I want to use up in my project pan is actually one that's like fairly new to me, but I don't like it. So if I don't like it, I want to use it up and not repurchase it. This is the LA Girl Pro Coverage High Definition Illuminating Foundation. It's not a bad foundation, I think, for other people. For me, it kind of sinks into my pores. It sinks into, like, if I smile a lot, it'll settle real bad in this area. It'll settle really bad in the area above my brows, where I raise my brows all the time, because, like, I mean, I don't have the most expressive face most of the time, but when I am talking, and I'm in a situation where, like, I'm not at work, basically, it does, like, I do move my eyebrows a lot. I tend to have, like, a more expressive face then. And this just kind of settles into it. It is very full coverage. I will give it that. It is a very, very full coverage illuminating foundation. I don't personally like it, so I want to use it up and, you know, kaboom, get it out of here. Put something else in. I got a lot of foundation too. The next product I want to use up is, I actually have two of these, so I need to use both of them. This is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer, the original kind, in the shade Fair Warm. This is, like, not only is it, like, stark white on me, the hydrating one is, like, a much better match to me, even within this one shade. Not only is it stark white, it's so drying. I didn't even set it today because of the fact that it's so drying. If you put any sort of powder on top of it, you know, just to like reassure yourself it's not going to get all wrinkly, it gets wrinkly. It dries and then it settles and then it gets all wrinkly and you have almost no playroom with it. So I'm going to use this as my concealer for Project Cam, and I'm also going to be using it as like an eye primer just because it is so drying. I think you can get away with it on your eyelids as long as you don't have like super oily eyelids. So I want to use it up and get it out of here. Like I said, I like the hydrating one better. I would not repurchase this. I would not recommend unless you've got super oily under eyes, because you have to use your finger to kind of like blend it out, to keep it warmed up and movable. And then you just have to be very, very careful with it. I mean, it is not bad. I mean, look at it. Like you can see right where it brightens on my under eyes. It does its job, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't think a lot of people like it. So yeah. The next step is powder for me, and I don't have a loose powder that I'm putting in here because I am like using up my loose powders. I do use a loose face powder quite often. So the two pressed powders that I'm putting in here are the Rimmel Stay Matte one and then my Milani Prep Set and Go. So these have both got pretty good use in them. Like this one, it's got, you guys see all the bumps and like the divot in there. I think I can hit pan on this very easily. I love this powder. Like if I were to repurchase a pressed powder, I would probably repurchase both of these, quite frankly. This one because it's nice and translucent, and this one because it adds a little bit of coverage. But yeah, they're just getting a little bit old, and I would like to use them. This one already has pan in it, so I would like to make the amount of pan in it much bigger and or use it completely up. Something I have contemplated doing with both of these is I have an empty e.l.f. Halo Glow powder container thing. I've seriously considered like popping out the sieve part of that and then scraping like with, I don't know, like taking a product and like scraping the powder out of it and then chopping it up and making it kind of into like a loose powder so I'd use it up faster. If I don't think I'm making enough products with both of these, I might do that, but if I do, I will do a video on it and show you guys. But yeah, I want to use them up. I would probably repurchase both of these at some other point. But right now, I like how loose powder looks on my face. I like how it looks on my skin. And I tend to like how it feels a little bit better than I do like a matte finishing powder or something. So I am going to try and use both of these up this year. For blush, I have 3. One of them I hate, one of them I miss about, and the other one is like one of my favorites. So the one that I hate is this Milk Makeup Cream Blush. I hate cream products. Like I hate cream blushes. Can you even see where I put it on today? No, because as soon as you try to blend it in, it is such a sheer product. Like, you can see that, you can kind of see the shine of it a little bit, but it's such a sheer product that it's almost non-existent. Like, it's supposed to be a lip and cheek tint, so I understand, but like, also, I need color. I need to be able to see it, so I know how much I'm applying and where I'm applying it. The one that I'm wearing today, I am wearing that one today, but I ended up going over it with another one. The one that I'm wearing today is Chase from ColourPop. This is from the Dark Blooms collection. And I don't think that this is a bad blush, quite frankly. Like, I actually enjoy this one. Some of ColourPop's like powdered face products I don't like. I'm getting a bit of stuff. I don't really wear this color too often. I prefer a deeper blush. But I would like to be able to hit pan in this and actually see some use out of it. So that's why I put that in there. The one that I put in here in case I don't want to wear either one of those ones is one of my favorite blushes. I use this all the time. You guys have seen it in many videos of mine. This is the Milani Baked Blush in Rose Fioro. I love this thing. You guys know I love this thing. This is what it looks like. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but can you see the dome? I want to make it even with the packaging or have a dip. I've used the crap out of this because can you guys kind of see that dark shadowy space at the top? There used to be product there. I've used this so much over the last year. I love it so much. But I have other blushes that I kind of like a little bit better. So I want to just use this and, I'd probably repurchase it at some point, but after I use up more of my other blushes. Okay. Contour, bronzer, and highlight. So for contour, I'm putting in my Park Ave Princess palette because this is, I'm pretty sure it's been discontinued on Tarte's website. The shade range for it was abysmal anyway. I'm running out of space. Okay, so like I said, the shade range for this palette, this was the only palette. They didn't have volumes of it, so the shade range is abysmal in here. But the shade I want to hit pan in is Princess Cut, because this is like a perfect contour shade for me, is right here. And so there is a decent dip in it, but I'd like to be able to see pan in it, if not empty. I mean, hitting pan. I just want to hit pan in it. So if I can do that, I'd be oh so happy with it. And then I will slowly work on using up the other products in there. The bronzer I'm using is discontinued, which is why it's in here. It's not the fact that it's a bad bronzer, it's the fact that it's discontinued. You guys can't get it anymore. Also, I'm not going to support the brand because of how inconsistent they are and how shady they've been towards people that they've worked with in the past. This is the Too Faced Natural Lust bronzer. I love this bronzer so much. I will have no problem using this. I don't like the company, and the fact that it's been discontinued means I cannot recommend it to you guys. So I'm gonna put it in my project pan. Eyes. Okay, moving on to eyes. I don't have an eyeliner, eyebrow, or mascara product that I'm going to recommend, or not recommend, that I'm gonna try and hit pan in, just because I don't have a whole lot of any of those, and so I go through them frequently. Like you guys know, I use my Milani one all the time. I use my ColourPop one sometimes, but mostly Milani. So that's the one that I use the most. So I'm not gonna put that in here because I use it all the time anyway. The eyeshadow palette I would like to hit pan in is my KKW Cocoa Matte palette. Not because this is a bad palette. Oh my god, my nose itches. I want to make that very clear. This is not a bad palette. It's just my oldest one at this point, other than my L'Oreal, my CoverGirl ones. And those ones were gifts, so I'm not getting rid of those at all. This is just my oldest one. So the color I would like to say I want to hit pan in, it's actually two of them. I want to hit pan in this one, which is Dessert. Right here, it's like a mid-tone brown, and then I also want to hit pan in, I think it's Cocoa. Wood, excuse me. This one is Wood, and this is the darkest color. I want to hit pan in there in those two particular shades. If I hit pan and then the other shades, that's great. But those are the two I would like to see pan in, just because those are the two that have the biggest dips in them. So that's why I'm putting that in there. However, because it is a completely matte palette and I do like a bit of shimmer, I do have other products that I'm going to be putting in the project pan, partially because I don't like them, partially because I just want them gone and I won't repurchase any of them or anything really like them because I don't like how they work on me, but also just because it's a matte palette and I like shimmer. So the shimmer shade I'm wearing today is a little quirky from ColourPop. It's just a Super Shock shadow, and I don't like their Super Shock shadows. Did I even talk about highlight? I think I skipped over highlight. We'll go back to that. I do not like Super Shock shadows. I don't like how they feel. I don't like how they fade. I don't like them. So I'm putting in a little quirky In Harmony from the Little Ray of Sunshine palette collection. I have the other one from the, what is this one? This one is Deep Dive. I have, this one doesn't have a name on it. It never came with one, and I threw away the box, so I don't know. But that's what that one looks like. I also think that just because these things dry out so fast, I do want to use them up. Mine aren't too bad, but I also like seal them really tight, and I never use them. And this one is Peekaboo, and this is what this one looks like. So they're all like goldy tones, which I like, but I don't need them all. I'm also gonna put in the e.l.f. cream shadow in the shade Cashmere, just because like this is one of my older products, and I want to use it up. I think it'd make like a beautiful lid topper, so that's kind of what we're going to do with it. And then the last eyeshadow like lid thing that I have for my project pan is, before we deviate back to highlight, is the Stila Glitter and Glow Rose Gold Retro. It's this. I don't like it. It's partially just because of it, but also partially because you don't really have a way to blend this out. I don't think, in my opinion, to have like a cohesive. That is so reflective. I love that, but I hate the app. Like, I wish it would stay creamier for longer so that I could smudge it all over my lid and then go in and create like a crease color and everything, just for like an easy 1-2 look. But you can't, because they dry so fast, and if you don't move as fast as what they dry, then you're screwed, is basically what it is. You're done for. You're not gonna be able to do it. So deviating back to highlight, I'm including 3 Super Shock highlighters. I have the one that I'm wearing today in the shade Frosty. This one already has a little bit of pan, so I'd like to make a bigger pan or use it up. The reason these are in here is because I don't like them. I don't like how they apply. I don't know if it's like a different formula, or maybe it's just in my head. These don't work as well as the giant Super Shock highlighters that ColourPop came out with last year. Like Fioro Trip, that's my favorite. I love it. I can dip my brush in it. I can apply it over my powdered cheeks, and it's beautiful chef's kiss. These are soft. These are soft. These suck. So the next shade is Over the Moon. This one, if I'm not mistaken, the reason I'm including it, also because I don't like the formula, is because this one I don't think has any real base pigment to it. Yeah. That one has like almost no base pigment to it, and so it doesn't really show up. It's just glitter, which I don't like. I don't mind like glowy glittery cheeks, but I don't want just glittery cheeks. And then this one is the shade Lunch Money. Everybody says this thing was the best. Everybody lies. This is awful. Because, yeah, like I said, it doesn't, I mean, that one's not, it's got pigment to it, but it doesn't blend out over cheeks. And if you put it on a wet base, like a foundation, and then you go to set it, because like I said, I set my makeup no matter what. I can't not set it because I don't like a tacky feeling. It's just sensory for me. I can't stand it. So I set it. This, you cannot build on top of itself very easily either. Like none of these you can, like none of the Super Shock potted cheek products, they don't build very well. Or if you do build them, it suddenly becomes too much. Like you'll be building and building and building, and it's like nothing. Holy shit, too much. Okay, so that's why I'm putting those in here. The next 2 things I'm putting in here are lips, and like I said, I don't have any lip liners in here either. I don't think I said that, but I don't have any lip liners in here. So I'm putting in my Kylie Jenner cream lipstick in this shade Mont Blanc. I don't know, I can't tell. It's this color. It is like a really pretty brownie pink color, but I don't like it. It smells really nice and everything. It's still good. It's just it smears all over the place. I prefer like a matte liquid, I prefer a liquid lipstick or a matte lip. Her velvet lipsticks, I love her velvet liquid lipsticks. Those are my favorite formulas. They're basically budge proof, but they're very comfortable. I like those more than I like that. And then this one is from KKW Beauty. This is 90s Icon. This is my oldest lipstick. This is my oldest lipstick, and this one is a brownie pinky nude. Well, actually, it's almost the same color as the Mont Blanc color. It's just a matte version, so like right here. And I'm actually wearing that today. You can't tell because I put on a really dark lip liner, and then it kind of smudged all over it and mixed in with the lipstick to create a new lipstick shade. But I really love this formulation of lipstick. The only reason I'm trying to pan on it or use it up is because it is my oldest. Anyway, I have to hurry up now, you guys, because that is the end of this video. Other than like setting sprays, I'm putting in the Morphe Continuous Mist and the Luminous one. That is it for today's video. My phone's about to run out of storage again, and I have to go. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I would very much greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one. Bye!